left the tent of God. Inside the tent of God was the Ark of the Covenant. That's where Moses would speak with God at. God's glory would meet him in the very beginning of the tent, and all the people would stand up and see the glory of God. All the people would stand up and see what God was doing. So Joshua stayed in that place where God was. We must stay in the place where God is. We must stay in his word, because life is ever changing. We cannot go off of yesterday's word. We cannot go off of someone else's word. We must experience the word of God for ourselves. We must understand who God is for ourselves. So Joshua is being molded by God. And then soon Joshua will be chosen. As we go to Numbers 11:18, and let's see how God and Moses correct Joshua, because we all need correction. We will all deal with feelings. We will all deal with emotions and thoughts. But God tells us how to correct it. He says, identify it, rule over it, and change it. So the people are needing guidance. The people are needing structure. The people are needing some type of order. So God puts a little bit of his spirit on some of the 70 elders for them to be able to do the same thing that Moses is doing, because obviously by this time the people are getting out of control, because later they do not even make it into the promised land. So Joshua sees that some of these elders have the same spirit, but they are out in the camp prophesying with others, and Joshua gets jealous. And in Numbers 11:28, Joshua, the son of Nun, who had been Moses' aide, since you spoke up and said, Moses, my Lord, stop them. But Moses replied, are you jealous for my sake? I wish that all the Lord's people would prophesy, and that the Lord would put his spirit on them. So God, seeing that Joshua was starting to feel a certain type of way, and Moses corrects that. Moses corrects Joshua's jealous feelings, because jealousy will lead to bad alternative actions. We see that Moses doesn't control his emotions. Moses doesn't control the way he feels, which stops his promise. It stops his purpose. He doesn't end up into the promised land. So Joshua is corrected. And then Joshua is tested. God decided to test Joshua and mold him by sending him and the other 11 tribe leaders to view the land. And Joshua and Caleb were the only ones to declare that God was with them and they would succeed. God chose Joshua to go there, so therefore he can learn not only leadership skills, but he can learn how to share his leadership. He can learn how to live with others. He can learn how to coexist, okay? Because there were 12 tribes. God did not want Joshua to develop a jealous spirit. So God stopped that jealous spirit before it can even begin. God noticed it. He called it a name through Moses. He called Joshua jealous. He said, what you're feeling is jealousy. What you're feeling is something that you should not feel. It's not good. Correct it. And then God showed him how to control it.